I cannot be drawing your dream every day. So you better chase it now so that you don't regret it later.
How does a humble boy from the ghetto of Isale, who dreamed of one day traveling to London Art Institute, end up finding himself in deadly situations? In fact, he graduated from one deadly situation to a deadlier one. There are lots of questions in our head about the show. Don't worry, we will help you find answers to them all on our various installments on the series Far From Home. Right now, we will be giving you a rundown of all 5 episodes. Before we proceed, we find it necessary to tell you that there are spoilers ahead. So, if you haven't watched the show, you may want to do that before watching this video. And if you choose to proceed, well, who are we to judge you? Hi, this is Sam. Welcome to the Film Village. Far From Home is Netflix's first Nigerian young adult show. Released on December 16th, the show tells the intriguing and highly intense story of the talented Ishaya Bello and the many challenges he faced in achieving what we will call the Nigerian dream of most Nigerian youths. We must give the necessary accolade to the director Kayode Kasum on how he beautifully makes complex stories simple and easy to follow along. We saw what he did with Sole, so we already knew this is going to be another wonderful show. Okay. Ishaya Bello has the dream of becoming a great artist on a global stage. After being selected by the famous hyper-realistic artist Essien, Ishaya needed money to travel to London to learn as an apprentice under Mr. Essien. The only problem with this is that his parents are not in support of him becoming an artist for a very sad and emotional reason. Ishaya's father, Mr. Ishaya Sr., also practiced as an artist. One day, while trying to deliver an artwork to a client, him along with his son, Dauda, Ishaya's younger brother, had an accident which led to the death of Dauda and also the loss of Mr. Ishaya's ability to walk. This sad event made his father stop painting entirely and also against Ishaya doing the same. For this reason, Ishaya kept his plans to travel a secret from his parents except his younger sister, Rahila. One day, while accompanying his mother to do a regular house cleaning job, Ishaya heard something which he hoped will change his sister's life.
What's this? Wilma entrance exam answers. But Daddy, I can pass it on my own.
With the scholarship, there is no school fees and $10,000 reward. So, cram those answers. Capish?
After hearing about the $10,000 prize money for any student that comes first in the Wilma Academy scholarship exams, and also coming in contact with the answers to the exams, he did well by informing his younger sister of the opportunity, which will make it easier for her to achieve her dreams. While his dream is to go to London to study as an art apprentice under Mr. Essien, the sister's dream is to attend Wilma Academy to study on becoming a neurosurgeon, probably because of their father's health condition. Even without having the 150,000 registration fee to enter for the exams, Rahila rejected the offer of getting into the school by cheating. She insisted that she will get in on her own terms. Later, Ishaya's savings meant for his travel to London was later discovered by Rahila, which she also showed the mother. This money meant for Ishaya's trip was used to treat their father after an emergency health condition came up.
Please. Ishaya, you are wicked.
Desperate not to miss the deadline for the London trip, Ishaya stole from his boss so he can replace the one used in treating his father. His best friend Michael also lent him the sum of 50,000 naira, which actually belongs to his co-workers. Ishaya promised to pay back the money before the deadline, just as soon as he collects the 6 million naira prize. Keep in mind that he is not actually interested in studying at the school. His whole plan is just to get the prize money, pay his debts, and then travel to London. His perfect plan is good to go, or so he thought. Using the answer he found prior to writing the exam, Ishaya actually passed and got into the Wilma Academy, a school for the children of elite citizens. To his greatest shock, the 6 million naira prize wasn't actually given to Ishaya. Rather, the school authority used the money to pay for his tuition fees, feeding, and accommodation, but only gave him the balance of 5,000 naira. Wait, what?
5,000 what?
Ishaya's dream shattered. Now with no money to travel to London anymore, he also has to pay a lot of debt. Remember we said he stole from his boss at Rush, the strip club where he works? Well, Mr. Government and Ogarambo came for their money. They attacked his family and he was given just 1 week to pay back the money, or else his sister would be made to work as a stripper at the nightclub. Ishaya's mother sent him out of the house to never return until he is able to bring his sister back. To save both himself and his sister, Ishaya promised to help them sell the popular street drug, Molly, to the rich kid at his school. That decision got him into more troubles, and the hole he dug for himself begins to go even deeper. They released his sister to him pending the time he finished selling the drugs. His mother still did not let him back into the house anyway. His girlfriend Adufe left him after finding out that he had been planning to travel out of the country without informing her. While partying at the strip club where she coincidentally met and started dating Oga Rambo, the co-owner of Rush, the strip club where Ishaya works. For Ishaya to be able to sell the drugs and pay his debts, he has no other choice than to remain in school. Ishaya made friends with Zina and Frank, who ended up becoming his roommates and also dating his sister Rahila. Also, Carmen, the granddaughter of the founder of Wilma Academy, was already dating Atlas at this time. Carmen and Atlas were involved in an accident few months back while they were both high on drugs. Although Atlas was driving, Carmen took the fall for him. She lied to her parents that she was the one driving just to protect Atlas from losing the privilege of becoming the recipient of the London Art Institute grant, a grant which Ishaya found out about and also participated in, at least to replace his initially shattered dream of studying under a CN in London. Ishaya began crushing on Carmen. Atlas, on the other hand, has his own challenges. His mother has been refusing to pick his calls to come pay his overdue school fees, and unable to pay the bills means he will be dropped from being selected for the grant. Eventually, his mother came to the school. Knowing about a cover-up by the Wilma family concerning a girl crushed in the accident, she decided to blackmail Carmen's parents into overlooking her son's tuition fees, else she will spill the beans. Michael, Ishaya's friend who lent him money, has been unable to reach Ishaya. The landlord has also served Ishaya's parents quit notice. Unable to reach Ishaya, Rahila came to the school to find him. Upon getting there, she met Frank, her brother's shy, soft-spoken roommate. The classic love bond was formed between the both of them. Although Ishaya was not in agreement and seriously warned Frank to stay away from his sister.
Say they meant, Frank, leave Rahila alone. You dey hear me so? If not, I swear to God, you could regret them.
The Molly business got so good for Ishaya, so good that Mr. Government and Oga Rambo gave him another batch to sell. Oga Rambo added Adufe to the deal. He gave Adufe her home batch to sell also. Mr. Government was against that idea, but Oga Rambo insisted. Unfortunately, Adufe lost the drugs. Actually, Joe stole them.
Joe!
Yeah, make I clear you. Because he didn't follow Garambo, now don't me say you be my boss. Talk to my yarn. Come on.
Scared of what Oga Rambo will do to her, she decided to seek help from Rahila. She wanted Rahila to help raise 1 million naira from Frank so she can pay Oga Rambo back. She requested for this help as a payback for earlier helping Rahila out while she was locked up for Ishaya's offenses. Rahila refuses to collect money from Frank on the basis that they just met and it would not be nice that she comes asking for money at such an early stage in their relationship. Her refusal got Adufe angry, and then she planned to just kidnap Frank instead for the ransom of 20 million naira. Still, she needs help to carry out such delicate plan. At this point, a fire incident occurred at the Wilma Academy after some students who were high on drugs mistakenly started the fire. This made the school set up cameras all over the campus, except the library. The cameras introduced another challenge to Ishaya's Molly business. How will he keep selling the drugs without getting caught by the cameras? He needs money to help his family pay back their house rent, and also he needs money to pay back Michael, who has been beaten over and over because of the money he lent Ishaya earlier. So Adufe approached Ishaya on how to kidnap Frank. Ishaya refused to betray his roommate. Adufe threatened Ishaya that he will be a scapegoat and punished alongside Joe if Oga Rambo finds out that Joe stole his drugs. She claims that Ishaya stealing from them was what gave Joe the boldness to also do the same. Although this is illogical, Ishaya reasoned it to be true and agreed to help Adufe kidnap Frank. All this is to happen on the day of the Founders Ball, a party organized by the school to calm the tension and protest between the students and the school authority over the decision to randomly stop and search students after the drug-related fire incident. To top it up, the school also invited the popular hyper-realistic artist, Essien, Ishaya's role model. The day arrived and Ishaya finally met his role model. Mr. Essien took a liking to one of Ishaya's artwork, acknowledged his talent, but also made it clear to Ishaya that he could no longer be accepted to the apprenticeship because he has missed the deadline. His words were,
"Piece of advice, so you don't waste another person's time. Don't apply if you can't afford to travel."
What happened to SCM? Hey. What's wrong?
This made Ishaya really sad and dejected. Carmen went to console him, and while doing that, they both kissed. Atlas walked in on them and assumed Ishaya is taking advantage of a situation earlier, whereby he walked in on Atlas and Carmen's best friend having sex at a party. Atlas spilled the beans himself. Carmen was surprised that Ishaya was aware of such and hid it from her. She walked out on them in tears. During the party, while Carmen was supposed to give a gratitude speech for winning the Founders Ball Queen, she instead let the cat out of the bag. In a sad and emotional speech, she revealed to everyone that she was actually not the one driving the car on the day of the accident. This came as a surprise to her parents. Everyone in the audience, including Atlas' mother, who had just used the secrets about the incident to blackmail the Willoughby into paying for her son's school fees. In that mental state of pain, anger, and disappointment, Ishaya went ahead to do what Adufe requested. He texted Frank to meet him at the car park. Frank hurried out to meet Ishaya, thinking he wanted to settle their fight about him dating his sister. On getting out, Frank was kidnapped. If you find this interesting so far, please consider subscribing to this channel and also liking this video so that others can easily find it on YouTube. Thank you. In the last episode, after the ransom of 20 million naira was paid, Oga Rambo decided to go fully into kidnapping, even making Adufe a 0.1% holder of his businesses. Mr. Government, Rambo's partner and brother, refused to get involved in kidnapping, saying the parents of these kids are connected billionaires and will go to any length to find them. Oga Rambo asked Adufe to proceed with the next victim. Adufe quickly went to Wilma Academy to meet Ishaya, and getting there, she found out that Ishaya and Carmen both have feelings for each other. Out of jealousy, she told Ishaya that Oga Rambo has selected the next victim to be kidnapped. And who could that be? Carmen. Ishaya could not go along with this. Knowing the pain he caused Frank and how much he loves Carmen, he runs to meet Mr. Government to help him persuade Oga Rambo to change his mind. He also reveals to Mr. Government about his past relationship with Adufe. He pleaded that while Mr. Government speaks with Oga Rambo, he should help make sure Adufe does not get into trouble either. Unfortunately, Mr. Government used this information against Ishaya and Adufe. He spilled the beans to Oga Rambo. Oga Rambo became furious on finding out that Ishaya and his queen Adufe were or are a thing. He strangled Adufe and vows to kill Ishaya. At this point, while trying to save herself, Adufe mentioned that the ransom for kidnapping Carmen, the granddaughter of the founder of Wilma Academy, will be 200 million naira. After Ishaya realized that didn't work, he called his friends and confessed everything to them. How he got into Wilma Academy, his involvement in the kidnapping of Frank, the drugs, and all. He also confessed to the principal of the school, a move that paved way for the final showdown. The school authority reported and police were sent to the club to arrest Oga Rambo, Adufe, and Mr. Government. Only Mr. Government was caught while the rest escaped. Furious Oga Rambo again arranged his men and then stormed the school premises to pick up Ishaya and Carmen. This situation became very intense and difficult. The whole school was shut down, and while at it, the military were brought in. Oga Rambo and Baido had to retreat, giving Carmen and Ishaya an opportunity to escape. For safety, Frank moved Rahila and her parents into their estate until the whole matter calms down. Later, Ishaya is told that he will be expelled from the school. He approached Mr. Government in prison to help him beg Ogarambo from attacking his family in the future. Of course, Mr. Government refused to help. He then called Adufe to help, and Adufe asked him to come over. While on phone with Ishaya, Ogarambo and Baido, his security, walked in on Adufe trying to flee with a large sum of money. He collected the phone and spoke with Ishaya, asking him to come over so they could discuss. Ishaya came and Ogarambo began to beat him and strangle him. And in a twist only few people may see coming, Adufe hit Ogarambo on the head. He became unconscious. Adufe asked Baido to carry him out, and then she asked Ishaya to come work for her, of which he also accepted her offer. Carmen was taken to a rehab for her drug issues. Ishaya's father gave him a little money to get an apartment for himself and move out of their house, saying, anytime he's around, there is always trouble. We found out Ishaya also won the London Art Institute grant and to study under Essien. We were briefly shown the painting which he won the grant with. In it, we could see that he painted his family and his late brother Daudu was in the middle. In the final shot of the movie, we see Adufe sitting on the boss's chair. Baido brings in the newly printed business card, proving that she has taken over the entire club. She walks towards Ogarambo, ironically locked up in the same cage he locks his animal, and says,
looks like I am in charge now.
We believe at this point, the stage is set for a second season. So, that's it.
1 million naira for a press play.
Far From Home is a show you really want to watch for yourself. The show is almost 4 hours long, so we could only cover so much in this video. If you enjoyed the show, please tell us what part of the movie is your most shocking moment.
Joe,
what part made you hate Ishaya and then love him, and perhaps hate him again? Tell us in the comment section below. For more amazing content, please subscribe to this channel and also click the like button so others can easily find this video just like you. As usual, don't forget that we love you. Until next time, this is the Film Village.